What's up guys, Marco here, and in today's video I want to share which Chrome extensions I use for e-commerce and marketing, because you asked me that, you see quite a lot of extensions up there and you wanted to get some insights which of them I use and why I use them, so that probably there is one or two that you can use in your business as well. So first of all, there were now 4 or 5 days where I didn't post any video, and before that, I almost made one video a day. The reason is I kind of have to figure out a good schedule. It felt like if I do one a day, sometimes the quality suffers a little bit when I'm thinking about a good topic or so, but I still try to do it as often as possible, probably settling at 4 a week or something like that. So the next one will definitely come tomorrow as well. But yeah, this is the current situation. Also guys, if you have anything in mind, like if you have any questions or so, of course post them right in the comments and I will do another Q&A video for you as well. So let's get right into the add-ons right here.
I grew tired of that. I grew eyes on my back. They drew iron when I drew rhymes. So who's firing back? Told myself, keep your mind on them rats. Knowing damn well this shit's true.
Alright, so the first two that you can see right here, you should be quite familiar with them because it's the Google Tag Manager or Tag Assistant and the Facebook Pixel Helper. Both do similar things. With the Google Tag Manager, you keep everything organized. You can use analytics, tags, AdWords, and other stuff by Google. You can have it all in one place. You can easier manage tags, especially if you use multiple sites, which I do. So this is comes in very handy. And of course, the Facebook Pixel Helper, it's just a must. If you use Facebook, you can see which pixels or which events the current website is loading. So in this case of Shopify, we have page view and some macro data. These two shouldn't be anything new, but I see them as a must-have. The next we have here is the Sourcify Factory Confirm tool, and it's actually pretty interesting. So if you go to Alibaba.com, which maybe you're using to source your products, especially if you go from dropshipping to stock fulfillment, but even if you do dropshipping, it can be interesting. And if we add anything like here, some of the recent searches, security cameras, for example, what it does is it shows you some companies and you can see immediately how good they are by certain criteria. So if you see this button that normally doesn't appear in the search, which is Confirm Factory, I can just hit this button and Sourcify basically calculates a score for the supplier. So you see here, this supplier has a score of 66%. There are some good things like a strong number of employees, a great trade insurance limit, very high response rate, but also some cons. For example, name implies that it's a trading company, which means that this company probably doesn't have the best prices as it isn't a manufacturer. So of course, there are thousands and thousands of companies on Alibaba for almost any search, and this tool kind of helps to pre-select them in a good way. So of course, I could go ahead and check all of these companies one by one, or also here go by suppliers. This may also work, but it's definitely slower because you see I would have to check, okay, this is the transaction level, this is their assessment. They have 121 transactions. If I just go ahead and do the Confirm Factory one by one, I can do some kind of pre-selection and then I can go with them that I like the most, which I think is very powerful. If we go to the next tool, which is especially or basically only really useful if you use Google AdWords or SEO, this is Keywords Everywhere, which is a free keyword tool. And let's say I look for let's say I look for security cameras on Google as well. What happens is, and this is something that you guys asked me as well, is it shows keywords, related keywords here on the right, and also the search volume as well as the CPC for the current keyword right below the search box. As you see already, this comes in very handy if you use AdWords or SEO because you can get all kind of ideas. It's basically an addition to the Google AdWords Keyword Planner for me, because whenever I have something in mind, I just Google it and it's way faster than going to AdWords and going into the Keyword Planner and doing the keyword research. This one is super fast. Also, the information tends to be very accurate. I think they just get it right from the Google Keyword Planner API. I assume they do. And they give you some very good information here, like, of course, the CPC for some very expensive keywords, wireless, home security, as you might expect, very expensive systems. And it's a very cool tool. Basically, whenever you do a product, whenever you enter a product or something related to it in Google, you can see all kind of ideas that you may not have gotten if you don't use this tool. By the way, it's also free, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. Just look for Keywords Everywhere tool. And by the way, this little barrel that you can see right here is for another tool which is called Keyword CAC, but this is something I pay for, or that you have to pay for around $20 a month. They've given me this one for free, but it's a tool that's basically in addition to the keyword planner. It finds some keywords that the keyword planner doesn't, but it's not really what you see right here on the right and on top. The next one here is Thief, which is, probably you heard about it. It's this product curation tool for AliExpress. So they find all kind of interesting products. I think some of them look really, really fine, and some of them also worked pretty well. Because I don't do that much product research directly on AliExpress anymore, I like to check these curators like these on a regular basis, or just use other sites, and they tend to give me some very good overview on what's hot right now and what could be interesting. And as you can see, probably some of these products look pretty good and are very interesting. So Thief is also free, at least the basic version, which I use, and it tends to be very helpful for me. Here we have Jungle Scout, which is a Chrome extension for Amazon, because I'm also involved in an Amazon FBA business, not directly as a full owner at this point anymore, but I'm kind of an advisor. I run it with this person. I help them do all this kind of things. It's actually a partner of mine, so not a client. And this is a very powerful extension that helps you get an idea of how often certain products sell, what to look for in new products, which niches are powerful. So if you are serious about Amazon FBA, this is absolutely something I recommend you guys to check out. Not really useful for Shopify, but like I said, if you are involved in an Amazon FBA business, probably also heard about Jungle Scout already, because it's such a popular and very, very powerful extension for this case. Here we have Marinara, which is a productivity tool. Basically, it is a tomato timer, so Pomodoro timer. If you are familiar with this technique, it says that you should work 25 minutes focused on one thing. So if I click it, you see here 25M. And after this 25 minutes, you should do a break of 5 to 10 minutes. And basically after these 25 minutes, there rings some bell and I know, okay, I should do something else or do a break, and then get back to work, which recently, honestly, I didn't use it too often. I kind of got distracted with all kind of things. So I probably should use this tool more often again to stay focused on one single thing and then do a little break, which I definitely recommend. So the Pomodoro tactic worked pretty well for me. Here we have Rebrandly, which is basically a replacement for Bitly, or at least an alternative for Bitly, which I actually think about stop using. Because in my opinion, it's a better way. So the way it works is I just hit this little Rebrandly button, and within a few seconds it creates a URL for the current page. But the good thing compared to Bitly is, first of all, you get your own branded domain. So in my case, go.theecomproject.com, because you have to enter a subdomain in the beginning, which I chose Go. And then I can just add a slash tag behind it. So I can just say, in this case, for example, security cameras, right? Here's the domain, security cameras. And the great thing here compared to Bitly is I always had problems with Bitly because I wanted to change links after I shortened them. So when I, for example, had a link for the eCom PPC Academy, my Google AdWords training course, I redesigned the page. I had a new URL at least for a few weeks, and I couldn't really change the URL with Bitly. So I would have to make a new URL. I have to post it everywhere again. And now I have all my links in one place with Rebrandly, and I can basically change the target URLs even after I created the shortened version. So I can use go.theecomproject.com/security cameras everywhere, and I still can change the actual link, which makes it very, very easy to use. And it just saves a lot of time for me when I, change links after I created them, because this is always what bothered me about Bitly. And of course, it adds some little branding effect because you have your domain right in the middle and for everyone to see, which is pretty cool. So here we have Bitly. Now, what I don't really use anymore, you can just shorten your links. Here we have the LastPass password manager. You can keep all your passwords in one place. Makes it very handy for me because I use dozens and dozens of sites where I'm registered, and it basically creates passwords for me. It stores them all in this one safe where I have a very long master password for, and I can hit like, okay, now add this password and username, please. I still have sites where I use my own, where I don't use it. For example, online banking and these things I don't use this for, but for sites that aren't too important to me, I use the LastPass LastPass password manager because I cannot really keep track in all of them, and I don't want to use the same password for every single site. Here we have Lightshot, my screenshot tool, so I can just click on it, I can choose an area right here, and I can upload it right to the cloud or save it to my computer. I can also draw on it here like a rectangle, or I can also increase the size of it. There are all kinds of tools to do that, so probably you're using something else already, but I somehow really like Lightshot and I use it a lot, so this is the one that I use for this purpose. Yeah, right next we got the PDF Adobe Acrobat PDF reader so that I can read them right in Chrome. Nothing really fancy here. TubeBuddy for YouTube, so as long as you don't do YouTube, you don't need it. I pay $15 or $20 a month for it, so that it adds all kind of features to me. I don't really, I'm thinking of stopping to use it because I use vidIQ, which does very similar things. Yeah, and like I said, I think I will cut it, but I used it for 1 year now or so. So a very interesting tool if you want to mass edit videos. Way easier than with YouTube by itself. Yeah, here we have Google Notes. So whenever there's a new page, I can hit on it. It adds the current page as a headline, and I can add some notes to it. So very good stuff that I use quite frequently to keep track of certain things. Here we have my toggle time tracker tool, which I don't really use that much anymore. I used to do it when I was doing work that was paid by the hour, so some marketing management or things like that, but I don't really do this anymore except for my one-on-one personal consulting, which I don't measure with this tool because obviously I just do 1 or 2 or 3 hours in a row. But when I did hourly work, I used toggle time tracker. You could add a project. So if you're a freelancer or something, or if you simply want to track your time within certain projects, you can use this tool and it comes in very, very handy. It's also free, by the way. Then we have, of course, Oberlo. Probably all of you know it. You can just go to AliExpress and add products to an import list. You can then use them right in Shopify. Very easy, saves a ton of time. Basically, a must-have if you do dropshipping with AliExpress. Then here we have Colorzilla, which I use because, you know, when you create a website or a new store or whatever, you want to keep this one single color scheme. And the experience I made is that sometimes, you know, you create different colors and you don't hit this exact same color code anymore because probably you cannot do copy and paste, or, you know, you're just quickly creating something. And this is a very quick tool. You can just click on it and then you hover like you see right here over something, for example this box. I click and the color code is copied for this orange search box. So now it's stored in here, and when I want to add a new box or label or whatever, I can just copy the code right from here, enter it, and I make sure that I have the same color and not something that looks similar. So here, of course, I could also add some kind of orange, but if you do a website, you want to make sure that these colors are the same if you want to brand it or something, and not just some kind of orange, of course. Yeah, here we have Honey, which is basically a tool that saves you money on online purchases. So on certain online stores, when you go into checkout, Honey activates itself and it tells you, hey, there are 3 discounts that you can use with this purchase, so you might want to use one of them. What I realized is that actually it for me it works very rarely. Probably it's also because I mostly buy on Amazon or eBay or something like that. But sometimes it also told me, hey, you can save $20 by applying this code, which I've never thought of. So if you want to save some money here and there, especially if you use multiple different online shops, you should definitely try it out, because I mean, saving $10 or $20 just out of nowhere without any work is not that bad, even though $10 aren't that crazy and isn't that crazy of an amount, of course. But still, I mean, if you could get it for free basically without any work, it's a pretty good thing. So then we have HTTPS everywhere, which I used when I had some problems with my browser because suddenly I couldn't reach certain websites and people told me it's about some HTTPS issue. So I got it. Probably I don't need it anymore, so I might as well just delete it. But at this point, I want to play it safe. I just keep it for now. But probably I'll do a test once if something else was the issue. But like I said, it just basically adds HTTPS in front of every website to make sure that it works properly. Then we have Vimeo Video Downloader, so you can download any Vimeo video. I used it when I first uploaded all my e-commerce, my course videos to Vimeo, and sometimes I had to re-download them. And when I wasn't using my So then we have Vimeo Video Downloader, which I use sometimes to download some Vimeo videos, especially my own, when I was preparing for my Google AdWords course. And you know, very often I had to download material and check it again, and then I had it on my external hard drive. So this is why I had this Vimeo Downloader. Then we have Loom Video Recorder, which comes in very handy if I want to create a quick video. I'm not logged in right now, but when I want to create a short video and send it to a client, or want to explain something to one of my AdWords students or something, it's very easy. I just click on it, I record a short video, and I send it to them. So I don't need YouTube or Vimeo or anything like that. It's just way easier and way quicker. So yeah, very, very great tool right here. Then we have vidIQ, basically an alternative to TubeBuddy, another tool for YouTube. It's probably this is what I said, probably I want to remove TubeBuddy because vidIQ is free and it does very, very similar things. Some things are even better in my opinion. So I might think about using that with that one only. It gives you all kind of information on subscribers, the subscriber growth of a channel and how many views they got in the last 30 days and all these things. But of course it also helps you being more productive with tags and all these things. So if you do YouTube marketing on a regular basis, or if you probably have a YouTube channel by yourself, this is something that you should check out. Like I said, it's entirely free. And the last one that we have right here is Sticky Notes. I won't activate it right now because it will probably activate all kind of silly little notes at this point, but it's very easy, very quick. You can just click on it, it pops up a sticky note, you can enter some quick notes on there, and it really helps to keep very short ideas or very quick things in place so I don't use them, even though I also have a physical kind of sheet and notebook. But for me, when it's just a very quick thing, I prefer to do this. And yeah, these are basically all the tools that I use in Google Chrome. So you saw some of them are very basic, some of them I actually don't use anymore. Actually, before I made this video, I already removed some of them because I realized, okay, you're not using them anymore, so good that I made this video and got rid of some that were basically just waste. Like I said, if you have any questions about all of them, just put them in the comments. Also, if you want to do some other Q&A, this one wasn't really tailored to AdWords, but if you want to have some general Q&A about e-commerce marketing or whatever, productivity or whatever you want, just put them in the comments as well. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more e-commerce marketing related content or stuff like this here, please subscribe to this channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like always, if you want to become a master in Google AdWords and use it to sell more products in your online store, check out the eCom PPC Academy link in the description, which is my Google AdWords training course. We're running a promotion for 3 more days before the price will go up in June. So if you've been on the fence so far, this is a great moment to join. A lot of students joined us in the last couple of days, and it's a really, really cool thing. So if you want to bring your AdWords skills to the next level and get ahead of the curve in 2018, make sure that you check this out as well. But else, of course, as always, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.